What's going on, guys? This is your boy XQ420 here, and in today's video, oh yes, we're going back up to Michigan. Michigan. Again. Miss Gretchen Whitmer, once again, breaks her own COVID restrictions. And we shouldn't be surprised, because we all know the way these politicians work, the way the elites work. It's always rules for thee, not for me, okay? I make rules for the peasants, okay? But me, I'm an elite. I'm above y'all, the plebes. So dare not go against me and my edicts and my orders. Please. Now we see this right here. She's breaking her own restrictions once again. Let's jump into this. Alright guys, I want to welcome everybody back to your channel. I hope y'all having a fantastic day. If it's your first time here, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button. You will not regret it. As I said in the prelude, Gretchen Whitmer out here breaking down once again, going against her own restrictions, okay? And you know, of course, I think it was about a month, 2 months ago, she had traveled down to Florida. After she told folk, don't travel, you don't need to travel, especially to Florida, because they got the UK variant, okay? And we all know that the UK variant ain't nothing, okay? Stop, man, when these folks talk to you about a variant, say shut up. Dang, bo. I mean, everything evolves over time, as far as if you talk about a respiratory virus. So get over it. Dang, man. Man, this isn't going to be the everlasting pandemic. That ain't the way they work. Because if that was the case, then this would be like Dawn of the Dead. Everybody out here be zombified. Or just flat out dead. That'd be just animals here on the earth, bud. So, we're going to see what she got caught doing, okay? Now, it looks like Gretchen Whitmer got caught eating at a restaurant. They got a photograph of her. And, of course, folks just got to post this stuff up on the internet, okay? And, you know, if you're going to go against your edicts, your rules, you need to make sure everybody knows that there be no posting of the pictures, okay? These people ain't even trying to be sneaky about this stuff, bud. At least if I'm going to be doing some wrongdoings, I'm going to be sneaky. Don't be leaving paper trails, photographs, you know, tape conversations. It's just like, dang, bo. Now, now the real issue is that she was photographed eating at a restaurant with more people than her latest pandemic restrictions allow. And she shouldn't be allowed to do any more restrictions. Michigan, what are y'all doing? You need to tell this woman, look, the legislative branch, look, we're done with you, okay? There's no more restrictions. We got to strip you of all your power because you're acting a fool out here, all right? I mean, tyranny lives within your heart, okay? I mean, you're tyrannical. And so we got to do away with all of it. I know I stuttered on that, but dang, bo. I mean, it's just stupid. Why there's any restrictions left? What for? Look around the country. Why is there restriction left? It's done. Move on. But they won't do it, okay? Because it's not about a virus. Because if it was, you know, well, we'd have been back to normal damn near a year ago. I mean, here. Man, after the 15 days, this should have been it. But no, they had to keep this thing going, okay? They had to make sure they were liberal with how they counted the deaths. And they had to make sure that they tested every young person out there. And that's what drove the case count. I'm not going to lie to you. Testing young kids, as far as school-age kids and college kids, that drove the epidemic. Or the pandemic, I'm sorry. Supposedly. A supposed pandemic. I believe wholeheartedly that's what drove it. Because they've tested them 4 or 5 times. I mean, we done run 460 million tests. I mean, dang, but we ain't even got but 330 million people. We done ran that many tests, but I digress. So, it looks like she was at a bar in East Lansing with a dozen people. A dozen. It seems like a whole lot. Seems like a crowd of folks, Whitmer. I mean, let your boy know. Now, of course, Trisha Foster was out there, and you know she don't care, bud. Trisha Foster was the one, if I'm correct, she went down to Florida, had her butt cheeks out, okay? had both cheeks out, right there when, Florida was part of that Neanderthal thinking, okay? And that's what Joe Biden called it. With Texas, Florida, other places, Mississippi. Was Mississippi one of them? I believe so. Yeah. But yeah, they have the Neanderthal thinking. How dare you drop the mask mandates? How dare you drop the restrictions? Don't you know the coup still lurks out there in the shadows? And they're like, stop with the nonsense, okay? We dropping the restrictions. There shouldn't be no restrictions, no way. Can't nobody prove to me that we saved anybody, okay? I mean, I just got to be straight up, seeing how that we didn't use any therapeutics. For the most part, most doctors in the United States didn't. How you gonna tell me that we saved anybody, okay? Now, of course, you see this picture right here. They got her circled right out. I don't know why they got the rest of these folks blurred out. They got that one. They ain't blur her out. I don't know. That must be Tricia Foster. So I guess the rest of the folks are trying to protect our identity, okay? Oh, boy. But you see Whitmer right here, boy, all teeth. She's like, I'm ready to party. Probably got drunk. And I don't know if they're doing a little trade-off or what out there. What they call swinger activity. I don't know if they have that going on. But that's kind of risque, Whitmer. That's all I'm saying. But it says right here, Whitmer had issued updated COVID guidance just 1 week before she violated her own rules. So on the 15th, Whitmer issued restrictions prohibiting indoor dining at restaurants by parties of more than 6 people and by groups of people who intermingle. Okay? So, intermingling, just because you hang around them a lot, that ain't enough, okay? 6 or less. But I'm trying to figure out if that was the case, how this restaurant allow her to be like, hey, Whitmer, I'm sorry, but you said 6 or less, so, yeah, y'all gonna have to bounce. That's all I know. Or I can sit you in another room. So what's the deal? Okay? It's supposed to be 6 people or less. And she had a dozen? Isn't that what they're saying? 12? 12? 12 is more than 6, isn't it? I don't know. Depends on what kind of math you're doing. Doing BLM math. 12 might be 6. They trying to tell me math is racist, so we need to get it together. So it says gatherings are prohibited at food service establishments, whether indoor or outdoor, unless, good God, prohibited. Consumption of food or beverages is permitted only in a designated dining area where patrons are seated. Groups of patrons are separated by at least 6 feet. No more than 6 patrons are seated together at a table booth or group of fixed seats, and groups of patrons do not intermingle. Good God, bud. Why y'all still got those type of restrictions? You should have never had them in the first place. Because they don't do nothing, alright? The thing's aerosoled, okay? And when it's aerosoled, you know what that means? Is that you're just screwed, okay? Move on with life. You need to worry about something else. But they got all these rules. Yeah, she managed to get 12 folk in there, so I got you. So there was some backlash, okay? And she admitted she broke her own rules. She says right here. Throughout the pandemic, I've been committed to follow public health protocols. Yesterday, I went with friends to a local restaurant. As more people arrived, the tables were pushed together, Whitmer said. Because we were all vaccinated, we didn't stop to think about it. I'm sorry, Whitmer, but in your stuff up here, it don't say nothing about folks that are vaccinated, okay? What about folks with natural immunity? But they continue to not say anything about natural immunity. Natural immunity is thrown out, has been thrown out the window, okay? It has been memory hold. It's like natural immunity don't exist. But she said, because we're all vaccinated. How do I know that? You just telling me that, okay? How I know that? And what difference does it make? All right? You went against your own edict. She said, in retrospect, I should have thought about it. I'm human. I made a mistake. I apologize. No, what you should say is that I apologize for getting caught. Because I shouldn't have got caught. All right? That's the whole premise there, is the fact that you got caught. Now, as I had said, which was just last month, she went to a trip to Florida. Despite blaming travel to and from the Sunshine State for the outbreak in her state. So she was real quick to blame, Florida's the reason why we're having problems here. That's the whole premise. And then she took her ass right down there, okay? She might have been out on the beach with a thong on. I don't know how Whitmer gets down. She might have been out there letting her butt cheeks soak up a little bit of the sun in the Sunshine State. So, in closing on this, bub, you see it right here. There it is. Everybody in Michigan, I want y'all to remember this. Y'all need to hold on to this, okay? Because this is the woman that destroyed a whole bunch of people's lives, okay? Lives and livelihoods, all right? She's another woman who sent convid patients into the nursing homes as well. So her whole edicts, her rules, her regulations, they all been bullshit the entire time. And then she comes and she flaunts it in your face and goes out to a bar, to a restaurant, and gathers 12 folks around like she didn't know that many people were coming, okay? Oh, man, more people start showing up, and we were surprised, so we pushed the tables together. Man, stop with the nonsense. You know how many folk were coming when you went out there, okay? But you knew that, hey, I'm above all y'all, and nobody's gonna hold me responsible. There's gonna be no consequences or anything. You see, when they don't have consequences for their actions, then hey, I mean, just is what it is. But she has no problem telling the police to come down to your business, shut it down, whoop your ass, drag you out there, and take you to jail. I got you. I understand what you're saying. So, I want to know what y'all's thoughts on this in the comment section below. Whitmer, piece of shit. Everybody knows this. And she needs to be fired from her job. That's just all there is to it. Because she is one of the many governors out here who has had a huge helping hand in destroying their state. So, I hope y'all did enjoy this video. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. As always, like, share, subscribe. This has been your boy HQ420. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.